Hey guys, Ian Ugarte here from iLoveRealEstate.tv, and I'm here with the fantastic Samantha Boholt. Yes, that is the correct surname, that's Dipner's daughter. And we're just going to do a catch up on where we're up to and what she's doing in the property game. So as you know, there's a few of you around the property games areas doing different deals, and almost all of you have got a deal. Now you were the first to get a deal. Just give us a breakdown of what the actual deal was.
Yeah, so it's a 21 square metre unit in Brisbane. Basically what I'm doing is renovating it. What we did was we had a settlement, 6-month settlement, so I'm not actually settled on it right now, and I'm renting the property for $280 a week in between, and whilst I do that I can do any renovation, any works, and then hopefully I'll have it all ready to go, so I'll sell it before I even settle.
So let's get this right. You've contracted on a property, you've got an extended settlement, and you said to the owner, I'll pay your rent every week. So for as far as the owner's concerned, they're happy they've got an unconditional contract, they know that there's going to be a sale date in the future, you have gone through and you've renovated. So you started with a budget of around?
25 to 30,000.
Yeah, and how are we going on that budget?
We're getting there. We're getting pretty close. I found out I kind of have expensive taste.
You're right.
Which doesn't really work for a tiny little first deal that I'm doing, but
Alright, so you went off and got some pricing, and the pricing that first came back was quite high.
Yeah, our original quote was to do everything was about $32,000.
Yeah.
So our goal was to beat that.
Okay, and so you've gone out and then you looked at individually sourcing the trades yourself and getting some extra stuff yourself, yeah?
Yeah.
This morning you're going tile shopping?
Yes.
And?
Well, what we're going to do, because it's such a small bathroom, Mel and I, who you saw in my previous video, we're looking at doing bigger tiles on the walls to make the bathrooms look as big as possible.
Yeah.
And then obviously not too big that you have to cut it and then it looks weird, but yeah, having smaller tiles will kind of draw the attention to the fact that it is a small bathroom, so we're going to stay away from that.
So let's talk about this, because you're talking about a 21 square metre apartment in its entirety.
Yeah.
That's not a big space.
No,
right?
it's tiny.
You are studying at the moment. What are you studying?
I'm studying property economics and development.
Yes. And you're doing a thesis at the moment on?
I'm doing a thesis at the moment on micro living and smaller housing in a developing CBD.
Yeah, and what's your research? You've interviewed a few people. What's the research showing? What are you finding about micro apartments?
Basically, it's an effective tool to accommodate unaffordable housing, which is a massive issue that we have across Australia at the moment. So implementing these smarter designs has helped reduce the cost for both the developer to build and also the people living there as well.
And when you say affordable, it doesn't necessarily mean that affordable is $100 a week across the whole country.
No.
Yeah, so you're talking about affordability for a certain suburb, you know, whether it be Point Piper or whether it be Nambour, you know.
Yeah, exactly, and it's providing these spaces that suit the massive population out there of singles or divorced parents or elderly people that just want to live near the CBD and have close to transport and hospitals and whatnot.
Now you've come up with a big solution in that 21 square metres, a lot of cabinetry, and let's face it, you put a bed in the middle of 21 square metres. Have you come around, you know, have you sourced somewhere to stop that from happening?
So the bed that we've got, it actually folds out of the wall, kind of. It's got cupboards on either side, and when the bed's up, you've got a nice 2.5-seater couch, and when the bed comes down, you've got a double bed there, and you don't have to move anything on the couch. The couch just folds up in itself, and when you put the bed up again, you've got a couch there. You don't have to do anything to it.
And that's really smart, because you know, having a 2, 3, 4 square metre bed sitting in the middle of a room, you're essentially turning it. TV's going to stay in the same place. You're turning it from a TV room into a bedroom just simply by pulling down what they would call a Murphy bed in the old days. That's really smart. So have you spoken about figures before? Do you want to give some figures around what you think you're going to make out of it?
Yeah, so I bought the property for $125,000. The agent indicated having it renovated, not to a standard that's lesser than what I think I'm producing. So just having it renovated to just the standard format in that building would get about $195,000. So
okay, so let's get that $125,000. You're paying some rent. Technically, is the same as paying interest, really. So let's call that $135,000 by the time you settle. You've got some costs on that, probably $145,000. You're going to spend $175, and you're going to take it to a higher level. So you're expecting a 210, 220. So you're making about 40 grand.
Yeah, hopefully.
So when is it going to be complete, and when's it going to be on the market?
Yeah, well, I'd say it's about 3 weeks out from completion. So as soon as the last thing to go in is the bed and the flooring and the tiles, which I'm going shopping for today. So once they're in, we can pretty much hit the market straight away.
I think the important thing too is that it's got a portable air conditioner. You know, and you open the door and there's that thing right in front of you. The body corporate won't allow you to put a window version in.
Yep.
Have you come up with a solution for that?
Yeah, we sort of. I mean, it's a big ugly thing that sits about a metre off the ground, and it's got this big hose that feeds up through the window. And because I can't cut a hole in the window to feed the air out, basically we're going to try and build a sort of a box around it that will blend in with the wall and with the window, so it does feed out. Because
that's an important thing. The first impression for anyone walking into any property or house is if you're looking at something quite horrific.
Yeah, and it's directly in as you walk in. That's where it will have to be. So it has to look pretty.
So the idea is to move it to the side and duct the pipe through there. That's great. Okay, so how have you found the whole process? Because, you know, obviously your mother is a full-time property investor and an educator as well. Do you think what she's done in the past is easy?
No. It's definitely not easy, especially, for me, I'm doing full-time uni and we're kind of pushing towards the end of my third year degree, so it's really busy right now and it's really hard to juggle that and uni and the renovation whilst not actually living at the properties, and then there's like an extra hour and a half drive as well, so if I need to let people in it's
3 hours of driving.
Yeah, exactly, so it's not easy.
This is the thing, I commend Dibna on the fact that she's not giving her daughter the easy road, you're doing all the work yourself.
Yeah.
You got any advice or anything for any property investors, especially the Dibna students who are on board? What would you say to them at this stage, knowing what you know?
What I found is no matter the size, it's still the exact same amount of work. Like 21 square metres of property that you're renovating is still just as much work as doing a house almost. So have your plans in place that tell you how long things are going to take to order and when you have to order them, and who's coming in on what day, so you can kind of coordinate it. But definitely having structure and a time schedule in place would really be beneficial for everyone.
All right, so there you have it, Samantha, going really well. Fingers crossed that we see it on the market soon, and we'll send you the link out on the Facebook page as well. Keep posted, stay on the iloverealestate.tv, and thanks very much.
Thank you.
Cheers.